Hey comic fans, Near Mint Nerd coming at you here on the I Got Issues channel. Today is Wednesday, so you know what that means, a brand new haul video. I'm heading over to my comic shop now. We'll see what kind of fun books we have this week. I'm going to turn you over to that moment through the magic of editing. Oh, a lot of time's going to pass, and when I flip this over, I'm going to have the haul already. Isn't that magical? Here we go. See you on the other side. Okay, we're going to start the haul here with a couple of books that are holdovers from other weeks. Dr. Aphra, #1. I've recently decided to go back and buy all the Star Wars stuff that I didn't get because I was trade waiting on it. Changed my mind. I want the single issues. Made a terrible mistake. Now I'm trying to make up for that. Luckily, my shop has had a few of these books on the stands. I mean, this is only up to #3. So it was nice to see #1 still sitting there. I'm not really familiar with the character because I didn't read the Vader series, but I will hopefully get to that soon enough. And then another book, God Country #1, which I think came out last week or the week before. I had pre-ordered this and it didn't come in for whatever reason. It arrived today, and my shop, I know this has exploded. I know everyone's thrilled about, this being worth thousands of dollars or whatever. My shop, they were happy to still give it to me for cover because I had pre-ordered it. They're really good guys like that. But they also know that I'm not going to flip it. I'm not into speculation or anything like that. They know full well that this is going to sit in my collection until the day I die. And as such, I really think that this is going to level off, even back down to cover price, in no time. I'm not sure why suddenly the image books are shooting up in crazy value. I'm not sure this one has the pedigree to maintain that high price, but we'll see. I could be wrong, and to be honest, I usually am. Next up, let's get to our DC books, starting with the Ray Rebirth, which is one of the character one-shots for the new Justice League of America title that's coming out. So there's 5 or 6 #1s that'll be spaced out until the first issue of Justice League of America comes out. I believe in February. I'm looking forward to that. I like Orlando's writing well enough. I think he's not a terribly seasoned writer, it doesn't seem like. But I do like his stuff. I've enjoyed Vixen, and I've enjoyed, what was the other one? Captain Atom? No, The Atom. I enjoyed both of those. I also enjoyed Captain Atom, which came out last week. Okay, so yeah, Ray Terrell. One of my favorite characters. I've loved him ever since the Joe Quesada penciled run from the late 80s. And it's really nice to see him kind of back in the public eye after so long out of it. Can't wait to read this. Can't wait to see him as part of that team. Next up, we got Batman #15, part 2 of the Rooftops storyline by Tom King and written by Tom King. This is I think this is the last issue of this arc. I think it's 2 issues. And really it's just kind of a Batman, Catwoman extended conversation. At least the first issue was. So we'll see where this goes. I do like the dynamic. I love this cover. I think this is the, not the variant. This is the regular cover. Not that it matters because I think they do the variant and the regular cover in equal numbers for these books. But this, to me, to my eye, was the nicer of the 2 covers. The one I want to look at more often. Next up, Superman #15, part 2 of the Multiplicity storyline, where someone, and I haven't read part 1, so I say someone not knowing who it is, traveling through the multiverse to pick fights with all the Supermen. It looks like this is all paraphernalia of other versions of Superman. Love the little bunny in his arms. Must be a super bunny from maybe the Captain Carrot world? I don't know. I guess Captain Carrot is the hero of that world. Anyways, really looking forward to this. This is by Tomasi and Gleason. I really like Gleason's cover. I think Gleason is a kind of an underrated artist. I think he's really great. I have a lot of books that I see the name Gleason on that don't get a lot of chatter, but they're really nice to look at, that's for sure. We got Harley Quinn #12. I confess, I'm not a big Harley Quinn reader. I really bought this for the cover. Frank Cho, beautiful, beautiful cover with the fire hydrant underneath a Batman, a Batman snowman that Harley has clearly built, and Joker's kicked it and hurt his foot. Just super funny, super adorable. This is definitely my favorite cover of the week, and I think this will be in the conversation for best covers of the year. Amazing. Okay, next up we have, I think there's only a couple weeks left of this one, the Suicide Squad Justice League crossover, which I still haven't started to read because I want to read the whole thing together, but now I don't think I can wait, because now Eclipso, man, he is one of my favorite villains of all time. He's now been revealed on the cover here as a part of this storyline, which means I gotta dig in sooner than I wanted to. I gotta dig in right away, probably right after this video. So this is a Justice League tie-in, Justice League number 13. You'll notice the name Seeley here. Always nice to see any name that isn't Brian Hitch in the writer slot. Sorry, again, I say this every week. I apologize, Brian Hitch. I am a tremendous fan of your art. Love your art. Please do more art, and maybe leave the writing to some of the other guys. And then, as well, the main title, number 5 of 6 is out. Only one more week. Great Amanda Connor cover here. Aquaman with Killer Croc, man. I almost said Gator Man. I don't know why. Killer Croc, and then a great giant shark behind him. That's a lot of fun. Who's going to eat who? It's the food chain, folks. I've been really, I think mostly I've been getting the Amanda Connor covers for these because they have been the best overall. I don't think I have a full set of them. I think like one of the early issues I did pick up the main title, but as far as the other ones, I've definitely picked up mostly Connor's because I do love the art style. It's very, I don't want to compare it to Kevin Maguire, but it really kind of hits the same buttons for me. And I'm a huge Kevin Maguire fan, so that is a high compliment for me indeed. And hopefully it will be taken as such. Great book there. Moving into Marvel now. It seems like number 1 just came out. In fact, I know it just came out 2 weeks ago because it was my book of the week. But number 2 is already here. And that's okay with me because I did really like number 1. I'm thrilled that this was a quick turnaround. USA Avengers number 2. Al Ewing and Paco Medina. Really looking forward to reading this one. I like the new team enough. I'm not still sure it should be called Avengers because as much as there's a Hulk on the team, as much as there's a Captain America on the team, they're not the Hulk, they're not the Iron Man, they're not the Captain America we know. It's kind of a younger, newer team. So it still remains to be seen whether I can justify this as an Avengers title. I guess it's not up to me, so it doesn't matter, but at the same time, I like my Avengers titles to have some Avengers in it. Regardless, I like first issue, so I'm gonna keep it up until I find an issue I don't like, and then I'll probably drop it. So let's hope that never happens. And then we get to, whoops, I think I shook the camera there. I apologize for any vertigo that may have caused. Dead No More, The Clone Conspiracy number 4. I don't think I even realized I was doing it, but I picked up the variant cover, I think. Yeah, variant edition instead of the main cover. So, that's fine. It's all the same book inside, so that's all good. Lots of carry-ons here. That's kind of interesting. I don't remember that being a big part of the book so far, but I guess this issue will remedy that. I gotta be honest, I don't love this cover. Probably I would have liked the other cover better. I remember seeing it in the comic list and liking it. But this is the one I grabbed and I guess I just didn't look back, and that's the one I brought home. And I don't buy multiple books generally. I usually pick one cover and run with it. So this is the book I chose, and it's the one I shall live with. Good story though. I'm kind of enjoying it. Nice little twist at the end of last issue. I don't want to give it away, but I thought it was pretty good. Also, tie-in issue, Amazing Spider-Man number 23. Another cover that may, get some notices when the cover of the year comes around for the end of 2017. Beautiful, beautiful cover here. Dan Slott. I think he's, Dan Slott ebbs and he flows for me on these titles. Right now, I think this storyline's pretty strong. I'm just hoping that, the momentum carries through to the normal everyday storylines that happen after these events. That's where I feel that Dan Slott kind of loses some steam. Hope that doesn't happen here. But this is a great Gwen Stacy Peter Parker cover. Really like that. Picked up, I almost didn't. I gotta confess, this may be my last issue. I didn't love the first issue of Starlord. I'm finding the art to be just a little bit too ordinary. Let's see a little page here if you want. I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just not. It sure tells the story. It's I can see what's going on. It's just not. I don't get excited. I thought I would. I really like the character of Starlord, but it's just not. It's just not doing it for me. I'm gonna give it another issue though. We'll see what happens. I suspect I'm going to drop it. I also dropped Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you noticed my haul last week. I didn't pick up the second Grounded title with Groot on the cover because it became very apparent to me that the Grounded storyline in the Guardians of the Galaxy book is just one-off stories with each of the characters, and I just didn't find the first one with the Thing that interesting. So I guess I'm kind of waiting out the days until the next writer comes aboard to replace Brian Michael Bendis, who I love. Just, I haven't loved his stuff on Guardians of the Galaxy. And I didn't love this Star-Lord book either. I also dropped Rocket Raccoon because I didn't love that either. So I guess, sadly, I'm done with the Guardians for a while. That makes me a little sad. Mighty Captain Marvel, #1. This is one that I wasn't actually going to pick up. I've never been a big reader of Captain Marvel. But I did like the cover a lot, and I flipped through it, and I thought the art was pretty cool. So I thought I'd give it an issue and see what happens. It's one of those #1s that really is a #1. So that's, we got to stand up and cheer for that, just like all these people. Go, girl. All right. And finally, we get to the book. The week. The book of the week. Monsters Unleashed #1. And I grabbed a variant cover. I did like the main cover, but like I said, I don't buy multiple versions of books. This is the cover to me that I found the most interesting. I wish the Monsters Unleashed was a little bigger on it, because 10 years from now, I'm going to be looking through and I'm going to get to this. I'm going to go, Monstrum? What's Monstrum? And I'm going to look it up in the guides, and I'm not going to be able to find it, and I'm going to get frustrated. So I'm going to have to try to lock that down, that this is actually Monsters Unleashed #1. Really looking forward to this. Book of the week. I'm going to try and read it and review it this week, but I'm very excited. This is kind of my kind of comic event. A big monster guy. Love the Universal monsters. Love the Godzilla stuff. Love the King Kong stuff. Love Pacific Rim. I just love monsters. So I'm pretty excited about this. I hope my expectations aren't too high. So tune into my review if I get that up this week to find out if that's the case or not. All right. Last little bit, I finally broke down my comic guy at my local comic shop to let me buy some variant covers for just above cover price. He's been very resistant, but I've noticed over the past month or so that he's got long boxes and long boxes filled with all these variants. And I said, come on, man, you got to make some money. Let me buy a bunch of these. And finally I broke them down, so he said I could have them for $5 a piece if they were $8, and $6 a piece if they were $10 on the sticker. And so, that's all the prompting I needed. I dove in. I'm actually going to do a separate Star Wars video, I think, because I bought a bunch of the Star Wars variants. But for today, I'm going to show you the other ones that I picked up. Very excited about this. And when I say I picked up variants, I'm also, again, I don't buy these to flip. I'm buying these for the first time. I only picked variant covers of comics that I don't already own. So I got Totally Awesome Hulk #1. I missed the boat on that. I'm still not, I'm still not a huge Hulk guy, but I've been hearing some good things, so I thought I would check out number 1, give that a read, and see if it's something I want to catch up on. I got all new Wolverine number 1, another series I really have no interest in, but I'll grab the number 1 variant and I'll give it a read, and I'll see if what all the hype's about. I really like the Baby Nightcrawler here. I can't remember what those are called. I remember they were in Jason Aaron's X-Men Academy book, or the school book with the X-Men. I really love that title. What was it called? Wolverine and the X-Men or something like that? Man, that was great. But I digress. Next up, I got Infamous Iron Man number 1 variant. I like these, as you can probably see, I like the toy variants a lot. So I didn't get number 1 of this. I think I got number 2 and up, but somehow I just missed number 1. And I was going to buy the regular cover of number 1 until I broke my guy down and was able to pick this one up for $5. So ignore these prices up here. They're listed as $8 and $10, depending on, the ratio of their variants. But I got them for $5 or $6, respectively. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur I missed out on. Thrilled to be able to get a copy of it. Happy that it's a variant. It's a really cool cover. Like it a lot. Simple, to the point. And I'm looking forward to reading this because I believe Devil Dinosaur takes a big role in this Monsters Unleashed event, so it's good to give this a read. Next up, maybe the variant of the week, the Vision number 1. I gotta say, when I brought these up to the counter, my guy's like, "Oh, I don't know if I meant this one in the conversation," and I said, because he's like, he didn't even want to give it to me for $10, which is the sticker price. He's like, I just missed that one. This book is blown up. And I said, well, you know me. I'm not buying 10 copies. I'm not flipping 9 of them. This is just number 1. I have one number 1. It's going to go in my collection. And by buying number 1 and reading number 1, if I like it, I'm going to go back and get the rest of the series. And that was enough. That was an argument that he couldn't resist. He's trusted me for the past 15, 16 years. So, he let it go at the agreed upon price of $6. And again, I'm not going to sell this. So 5 years from now, this is probably going to be $1 book. So I don't think he's missing out too much in the, maybe a little bit of short-term turnaround sale money, but that's about it. He's going to keep a customer for life. So, that's that. Okay, so that's all the books I'm going to show today. I'm going to do, I got a bunch of Star Wars variants as well, but I'm going to save that for another video, I think. So I'm going to turn you back to a good friend of mine, the incomparable Near Mint Nerd.
Look, I get it. Watching's your thing, but I'm just saying, sometimes I need my privacy, It's not like I'm... Oh, welcome back. Didn't see you there. So that's it for the haul video. Hope you enjoyed it. What else do we got coming up this week? On Friday, I'm going to have part 2 of my massive back issue haul. Part 1 I put up on Monday, so if you haven't seen that yet, take a look at that. And I might be able to get a review of the book of the week up this week. I'm not sure. It's kind of turned into a busy week for the Near Mint Nerd, but we're going to try and do that. So I guess that's it. Have a great Wednesday. I can't wait to have a look at all your hauls, and I'll see you next time. Near Mint Nerd, signing off.